Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Get into it. It's been a minute since I recorded a video, and I just really want to touch base on why I have not been recording a lot. My first video, I think, was back in, I think I uploaded that first video on my channel. I'm gonna say June. Yeah, June. And it is what, December now? And I'm excited and I'm happy for myself that I uploaded it. But after that, I literally was like, no, I don't think I can do that anymore. Like, not even I think I can do it anymore. It was just like, I don't know. I had like an imposter syndrome. Like, I don't, is this, will this work? Like, oh, people like me. It was just so many thoughts in my head. And honestly, it's the only person that's stopping you is you. And that's so true. And I know we hear that a lot. You probably be like, dang, like, how many times I gotta hear this? But it's so true though. Like the only person that is stopping you, like you can get all the advice you want to get from people, friends, family, but nobody is going to walk up to you and be like, "Take my hand. I'm coming to save you. I'm coming to help you." No, there's so much advice and opinions people can give you, but if you can listen to them all, but if you don't do anything about that or with that information, like someone else will use it, and then you'll be sitting there like, oh, I wish that I took that advice. Stop being scared of your potential. And I think too, it goes back from when you were little, like when you were a child. You, for instance, for me, I remember, I remember being at an all white school because where I live is predominantly all white. I was in third grade when I first moved to that town that I was living in. And I remember I used to always wear these like brown, or not brown, tan leather boots, and they're my mother's boots. But I always wore them. You're probably like, girl, you're third grade, like sit down. But I'm 5'8". So as you can tell, I'm tall. So when I was in third grade, I was probably like 6 feet. And I'm just kidding. But like I definitely was tall, like for my age, for my grade. But anywho, I was in third grade, and I remember always wearing those boots. Um, and I just love looking the best. Like I just loved it. I loved it so much. Um, I had my little cute white small little bag. Had like two like cylinders at the end. It was kind of like a cylinder shape, kind of white little handbag. So cute. But like I was like that girl. But I didn't think anything of it. I just knew I showed up as myself. I knew that this is me. I like expressing myself through fashion, through clothes, through just how I look. That's just me. And eventually after a while it was like people were looking at me like you're doing too much, like sit down. So in my head it was something that like dinged and like clicked off, was like, oh, maybe I am doing too much. And at then again, at that point, I knew I was black, of course, but like it didn't like bother me as much. I was like, I'm a kid, like I'm doing my thing. um but I think at that point it was just like, oh, I'm black, I'm the only black kid in this school with all these white kids. So then all like everything just starts going down. And I didn't really start showing up for myself. I didn't really care. Um, I started just hiding myself slowly and slowly. Um, and I just progressed over time. Then I eventually became like the friend that was always in the background, middle school and high school. I was the friend that people just wanted to invite out, just to have company. It was never, how are you actually? Are you okay? Like, what's going on with you? But then eventually I just fell in love with that kind of. I was kind of like, you know what? At least I have company. At least I have company. I have someone to be around, and I wasn't at home. So yeah, I just kept going through life, and I think I seen this question, and I think it said, "Who were you before the world pretty much told you who you had to be?" And that's why I'm bringing this up because I'm like, dang, like I was very expressive as a kid. I was very like, I don't care what you say. I'm sassy, and I'm still sassy to this day. Um, Something that obviously carries with me, but I don't show it. I don't show it as much. I hide it more than anything. I don't express myself as I want to because of thoughts in my head of being like, oh, they're gonna judge me or they're gonna do this, just like having a YouTube channel or starting your own business, especially a YouTube channel. I was like, for the longest time, I remember even being a kid and I was like middle school, and I was like, I want to do a YouTube channel, because that's just how my brain worked. I literally did everything I wanted to do, until I got to an age where I was like, oh, I gotta be serious about this, or like not even being serious. It's when you get to an age where everybody's like, oh, it's time to really like punch down and be serious, pick a job, pick a career that you like. But back then, it was like I just wanted to be a kid. Like I did clarinet, I did bass clarinet, I did guitar. Like I did anything that I wanted to put my mind to, and in some way it just stopped. I didn't want to do any of that anymore. I was kind of like, well, I'll just coast through life. I hid who I was for the longest time, and you can't do that. You cannot. And if you have, I know how that feels because I hid myself for the longest time. I made that video, the first YouTube video I made. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I uploaded. I was so excited. I'm gonna keep doing this. But then something about it, like the imposter syndrome, I was like, that's just not me, And this is me. Like, I mean, it's me in that first video as well. But for the longest time, it took me like this long to post a second video. And I have videos saved in my phone, but I just don't post it because I'm like, oh my gosh, like now I get a lot of views. Are people gonna like me? And it's just like, no, show up as yourself. Show up as who you are, who you've always been, And if people like you, they'll stay around. If they don't, they'll walk away from your life, right? Um, be expressive. Do what you want to do. Over time, our brains are just like warped into having this like thought process of what does society want, but in reality, it's like, what do you want? I'm looking at it like, dang, like I could have had like 5 videos up on YouTube already, and who knows what would have happened, but like I could have just had them up. Like, who cares? Someone will catch on. Someone will be like, hey, I relate to that person. I relate to them. I want to learn more about them. And if not, oh well, just like upload the video, like I am doing right now. Like I will be doing pretty much right now soon, but just upload it. Start that business. Start whatever you want. Like express yourself how you want to express yourself. I think insecurities really, really show up. And again, no one's coming to save you until you have to just save yourself. That's it. Like you gotta quit doubting yourself. And I did that for the longest time, kept doubting myself, like I can't do this, I can't do that. You will never know until you try, right? It's a scary place to be in the unknown area, or when you see your peers and your family members and your friends, co-workers getting achievements and milestones um, at different parts of their lives, and you're like, when is it my turn? For the longest time, I was like that. When is it my turn? When is it my turn? Like when? But it's like it always is my turn. It will always be my turn if I allow it to be. If I have that negative mindset, being like I will never get anywhere, or it's not my turn yet, or blah blah blah, whatever. Like then that's most likely will happen. Like it won't be my turn. I have this negative mindset, being like, oh, I have to keep waiting, or I have to do this, I gotta do that. Just accept where you are right now at the moment and just keep going. That's it. Surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed as well too. That's a big issue. Um, and I can dive deeper into that in a different video. But I just think it's very important to surround yourself with people who want to see you win and who also don't doubt you. If you're around people who doubt you and be like, "Oh, I don't know if you can do that. I'm not sure," like they're not the people for you, or people who give you like the weird eye, side eye, like, don't. If you know you are a person who pours into people, you are a cheerleader for people, you have to take a step back and think to yourself too, like, I want that in my life too. I will root for my friends and family all the time. And when I don't see people do the same for me, it hurts. But I'm learning that like that person just not meant for me. If I'm always telling you something and the moment I do tell you something, you're like, no, don't do that, or I don't think you can, then you're just not the person for me in my life. Because you can't tell somebody what they can and cannot do. It's their life, right? If they want to run for mayor, they can. And if they don't succeed, oh well, at least they did. It's okay. But you have to have people around you that want to see you succeed. Um, that's again another thing as well. Like honestly, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Um, Stop doubting yourself. Be humble, but also know when to stand in place and in line. To make sense. Like another thing for me is like I'm a very humble person, and I think too because of my childhood, I've always just like made myself small, where I know I'm a beautiful woman. I know that I can do this. I know I can do that, but I don't like boast about it, because I'm like, nah, I don't want to see. I don't want to like seem too know it all, or like I'm the ish type of girl. But it's like, no, like I am. And it's okay to express that. Like it's okay to show that because most likely people are gonna show you and tell you who they are. So like you can be humble but be also loud about it as well. Like do what you have to do, honestly. Like post a video, post the content, start your business, start a new job, quit your job if you want to. I literally quit my job 4 months ago and it's been a roller coaster. I'm gonna tell you something. But in the same sentence, it's really brought me, it's really opened my eyes because I'm like, dang, like sometimes you gotta take a step back to really reel it in. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially when you're working off your ego, that will put you at a different frequency sometimes. You be like, what just happened? Because when you live off your ego and be like, oh, nobody can touch me, or um, not even nobody can touch me, pause. Nobody or I need to perform and do this, do that. Your ego sometimes is telling you because society wants you to get a good job and have a good paying job and break your back. But you have to break that. You have to be like, you know what? I'm tired. And if you're tired, you need rest. If you want to switch jobs and careers, do so. It's okay. But when you do break that ego from yourself, it's a very eye-opening thing, and I think everybody should experience it because I definitely did. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but hey, I'm doing the best I can out here, and we all are. It's a weird world out here. All you can do is do your best. That's it, and don't let anybody stop you at all. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, because I can continue talking. I can, but I'm not going to because sometimes it's about me. Like when I talk, I just be talking and like it makes sense. Obviously, what I'm saying, but then the topic would kind of steer off and go somewhere else, and then I'm like, what? So that's something about me that I do sometimes. Yeah, That's the only thing I have to say on here. It's just I am really pouring back into myself this year and even next year as well too. I'm gonna continue to do that and just focus on me. Let the negativity out, bring positivity in, say them affirmations, be around people who love me, be around people who want to see me succeed, and vice versa. No more negative thinking. The past is the past for a reason. My childhood was a mess, but it's taught me a lot. And it did put me at a still point for a little bit. Not gonna lie, it really did. It did. I was at a very low slump in my life for a bit. And it's only me that can change my living habits, my financial status. It's only me. If I don't make a video, if I don't post anything, if I don't do anything about my life, like no, again, nobody's coming to save me. So like I can hear all these opinions and advice from people, but like it only goes so far, right? And also you have to have the mindset to take people's advice as well. And that's one thing I did learn. I was at a point where I was so stubborn, um, that I was hearing people, but I wasn't really hearing them. If that makes sense. Like I would hear what they're saying, but I was like, I don't care about this information right now, you know. Um, and that's something I look back on, like, dang, because when you think you know it all, sometimes you don't, and that's okay too. And also, that's another thing about the ego. When the ego thinks you know everything, the ego's like, no, don't tell me anything. Like, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. And people be telling you advice. What I can say to that, don't take advice from people also who are not where you want to be. If that makes sense. Because that's you can get advice, but sometimes not all advice is good advice. What I'm trying to say is like you again, if they're not in a position where you want to be at, then you know, thank you, move on. You know, but if there's somebody that you're in your life that um you want to be at, then take their advice. You know. Anyways, but yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. Honestly, keep going out there. Whoever's watching this, keep going. You are worth it in this world. It's your life. Live it. Have fun with it. Um, and just be you. Express yourself how you want to. That story that I said, that's a real story. And I used to sit back and be like, dang, what happened to her sometimes? And, you know, I'm slowly getting there. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. So have fun with it. But yes, like and subscribe to my channel to see more content. Um, and to hear me talk about anything and everything. So yes, be safe out there and go follow your dreams. Bye.